Hello, fellow
I only
Spartans. This is
drink
your
the blood of my
Commander-in-Chief,
enemies,
Sarge, coming at you with another game
and
review.
occasionally a strawberry
Today I
too.
will be reviewing Doom 2016. This game dropped a little over a month ago, and I have to tell you guys, I have been having a blast running through demons and players alike. Alright, let's get down to it. In Doom, you awake as the Doom Guy, who has been imprisoned in hell for an unknown period of time. Union Aerospace Corporation has developed a way to harness the energy from hell, but surprise, surprise, that doesn't go over that well, and the forces of hell invade Mars. Oh, did I forget? Say, yeah, this game takes place on Mars, not Earth, guys. Yeah, apparently we exhausted all of our natural resources on Earth, went to Mars, and started harnessing Hell's own energy source. But anyway, so anyways, you are tasked with killing all the demons you can find and shutting down the portal to Hell once and for all. There's not much story besides this, but hey, you're Doom Guy. He doesn't give a shit about that. This game feels so refreshing in that aspect of just running and gunning, and I really mean it. The best part of Doom's campaign is if you are rewarded for shooting the enemies, and you are encouraged to always face the enemy head on instead of hiding behind cover. The reason for this is because your health doesn't regenerate like other shooters, which is honestly like I said, a breath of fresh air because games like Call of Duty, Halo, pretty much every generic shooter out there has regenerating health, to where all you do is pop out your head, shoot, and hide around a corner. With Doom, you have to get right in their face and kill them. And the reason why is because that's how you get your health and your armor pack. All you gotta do is just pump a few rounds into them, and you will find yourself with glorious health at your feet. I myself have found myself just on the verge of death, and I'll just pump a few rounds into the enemy, see them staggering, hit that beautiful melee button, watch it rain health and armor. Now you can run straight through the campaign. It takes approximately 10 hours or so or less on ultraviolet if you just run straight through, don't look for any secrets or anything like that. But once you get through ultraviolet mode, and this is by the third hardest mode, sorry, second sorry, is the third hardest difficulty. There are 5 difficulties in this game. Now you can play on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare mode. These are the no mercy rules. You will go through hell to fight this one. Now this will add a few hours to the campaign's life just because of how hard it is. Once you die in Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare mode, you have to restart the entire level. There are no checkpoints in this difficulty. Now, another thing that I like about this game, it does encourage you to go off the beaten path, to go find collectibles, upgrade tokens, upgrade weapon boxes, and like I said, you can actually use these to upgrade your armor, upgrade your health, your ammo, and with the weapon boxes, you can actually get new weapon mods. You can have a shotgun that basically noob tubes, or you can charge it up and unleash hell. There's also lock on board, the rocket launcher, stuff like that. It's really good. And then there's little collectibles that you can just go into. All they are is little Doom Guy dolls, and they let you see player models and stuff like that. It's really cool. Now, I really do like this game, and then the best part are the rune trials. These rune trials are basically mini games within the game that give you various mods that you can equip. Now, you can whip up to 3 at a given time, and the runes practicality varies from rune to rune. One rune I like to use is it actually drops more armor and more health packs for each glory kill that you get. And then there's another one that'll actually give you an extra chance. Let's say you're on the verge of death and you just take a blow and you die. With this, it'll actually let you live, and you can save yourself some heartache of having to go through all that again. So, and it does reset once you actually die, or once the new mission starts. But these are little things in the Doom campaign I really did like. And there's also hidden switches throughout the levels that reveal classic Doom levels that you can later go into the campaign menu and play for yourself, mixing old and new. It'll be old Doom levels with the new demons and new weapons. I really like this. It's just some fan service that definitely wasn't minded at all at this point. Now, the only problem I had with this campaign, and spoiler alerts right now, was the final boss. I don't. To me, I just felt like he was a bit of a letdown. I didn't really want to fight Spider Mastermind. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a different enemy, maybe Satan himself, or just something a little bit more. I feel like they could have added just a little bit, like someone new to this battle. You got to fight the Cyber Demon and then Spider Mastermind, and that was it. There really wasn't any other kind of bosses in this game, which was, like I said, the only letdown. But I do strongly recommend this game just for the campaign alone. It is a blast to play through, and you will have a very good time. Now, all right, let's switch gears over to the multiplayer portion of this game. Now, you have a few game modes as of right now. They have announced the new waves of They have announced some new game modes with the new DLC, but I'm just gonna focus more on the launch modes instead because they haven't been released yet. Now you have the classic team deathmatch, which everyone knows all it is, going around killing until you hit the set score limit. I have a fun time with this one, especially when the demon rune spawns and you just fuck shit up. And another favorite of mine is their new mode called Warpath. It's basically King of the Hill, where the hill is actually moving across the map. It's not moving from spot to spot. It's moving like it literally just constantly moves and keeps the map flow going. It's not stalemated where a team just can set up at this base. No, it constantly keeps moving and it constantly keeps losing control. It is a uphill battle all the way, and I love it. It definitely keeps with the formula of Doom of just running, gunning, no more camping. Now, there's also Clan Arena, which I really like this mode. This mode's more for competitive people out there. It is round based. You have one life per round, and first to 3 wins. Now, it's 4v4, so you really have to work very well with your team. There are no armor, there's no health, there's nothing on the map. It's just you and your team and the gun that you choose to spawn with. Now you do spawn with 200 health, 200 armor. Like you are full, you're fully stacked out. But it's not regenerative. You don't get any health from glory kills in this. So it is all based on skill, and I really do like the competitive aspect of that. Now another classic game mode is domination. You control 3 markers. You fill it up, and you basically hold them as long as you can for the score. Usually it's 2 domination points per, like, for one team and then 1 for the other, but sometimes you can trip cap, so it's always a fun little mode. Now then there's freeze tag. Now freeze tag I really like a lot. It's basically like Clan Arena, but instead of dying, you get frozen. The only way to get unfrozen is for a teammate to come by you for a few seconds, just chill by you. I want to say it's like 4 seconds, and it's the longest 4 seconds of your fucking life. But yeah, you go over there, you thaw them out, and then bam, they're back on the field. This mode definitely has some clutch moments where, let's say you start up and you're unlucky and you're the last one up, and they still got like 3, 4 people alive, and you know what? They don't know where you're at, and you just run over to a teammate, unthaw them, and you just keep getting your team back up, and then bam, you're back into it, and you might be able to flip it and actually win the round for yourselves. This game mode I definitely do like. I think it is really fun. Now I know a lot of people are bitching about this. Doom does not offer a classic game mode as of right now. I really do hope this does get released in the future because right now it's about loadouts. You set up your guns and you're good to go. There's no map pickups besides the power weapons, of course, and power ups, but there's no actual map weaponry like an assault rifle or shotgun or anything like that. You just spawn with it. I don't mind this approach, but I feel like just for old Doom players, the classic game mode does need to be released. And if I'm right, they did announce something was going like they did announce a classic mode was on its way. So I'm hoping and praying that is true. Now, multiplayer is a lot of fun for a couple hours, but after you play for a few hours, it does get boring. You stop unlocking weapons and demons at around level 14, level 15. The max level is 50, but once you reach that, you will prestige automatically, which is fun, but doesn't take much time. I reached level 50 within 4 hours of playing, and honestly, I think that's a bit of a flaw, and it kind of takes away from the longevity of the game. I do think multiplayer is missing a true ranking system to hold people's attention. Right now, it's just an XP system. There's no competitive ranking system, which a lot of games nowadays do need. And I really hope it does get added in at a later time. Because otherwise, I don't see myself playing Doom for very long. I don't get me wrong, I find it fun. It is really fun, but I'm a very competitive player. So this is where my aspect of it takes into hold. It's my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that are still playing this game right now and they're having a blast. But for me, who is a competitive player, I really want to test my skills. I mean, right now I have about a 4.0 KD with a decent win loss, and it's just I want to play other skilled players as well, and put my skills to the test. But I digress. Doom. Now, what? Now for I'm done with the multiplayer, guys. I mean, that's my say on it. Let's get to the real bread and butter of Doom, and that is Snap Map. This mode lets players create and publish new maps and various obstacle courses for others to play. Most players have been recreating old Doom levels and even making their own versions. Honestly, I love this feature. It's becoming a regular feature in a lot of games, and it does show that given the right tools, players can make amazing things. And I know for a fact they will be adding more features as time goes on. They've already confirmed a few new features coming with the first DLC drop. And I'm really hoping to see a lot more out of Snap Map mode. This mode is definitely interesting, and a lot of creative things have come out of it. Like I said, like obstacle courses and stuff like that. They do pretty much have every demon in there for you to spawn, except for Spider Mastermind and the Cyber Demon. That's the only thing I really want to bitch about with this is I really wanted those demons to be in there just to be able to maybe have a boss battle going on in Snap Map or just doing something really creative with that. But that's like the only bad thing I have to say about it. All right, guys, I've talked about Doom and all it has to offer. Let's head on over to the rating board. I'm gonna give each part of Doom its own rating, and then I'm gonna average it in. But considering each mode is really different, I mean, multiplayer play is completely different from the campaign. They are completely different. And then you have Snap Map, which is like it's basically a campaign creator, but it's so different in the fact it's you're creating these these modes yourself and you're having your fun with that. And I really like that, and I like what it has to offer. So I really don't see grouping them all together will do it justice. So multiplayer, I have to give this a solid 8 out of 10. I do feel the multiplayer is a solid game mode. It is missing a few things, and it needs definitely the classic game mode back. It needs a ranking system, And I think, like, I mean, it does have unlocks for, like, cosmetic wise. I do like that. Pretty much you unlock something like almost every game you play. So I do really like that aspect of it. But I feel it just needs just a little bit more to make the ranking just a little higher. But I do feel it's a solid multiplayer aspect, all in all. I do have fun with it. It has good game modes, good weapon balancing. So that's why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now, as for the campaign, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love the campaign. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Even with my little bitch about the final boss, I do think it is a 10 out of 10. I found myself not wanting to stop playing this game. And that takes a lot because there's a lot of games out there right now. And, there's games I will play and I'll just put them down after a little while. No, Doom, I just wanted to keep playing. Even after I died, I just said, all right, no, I'm getting back in there. I'm going to fucking put my demon boots. I'm gonna put my fucking boot in that demon's face. I don't give a shit. Like it got me pumping. It made me happy to play a game. Like I really loved this game. So I really do recommend. Like if you are a shooter fan, I recommend at least renting this game for the campaign alone. This campaign was amazing. I really think anyone that plays this will have a blast running through, just destroying demons. But, alright, let's get to the last one. We got Snap Map mode. I'm going to give Snap Map a 9 out of 10. It is almost perfect. There are a few features that they are going to be updating. I'm sure I'm sure in time it'll be a 10 out of 10. But the only reason this is the only reason I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Is because they don't have the boss demons in there. It's the only thing I'm bitching about right now. It's really the only thing I have to bitch about, and that's why it's getting a 9 out of 10. I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but without the boss demons in there, I really just takes away just a little bit too much for me. Sorry, guys. That's the individual rankings for Doom. As a whole, I'm going to give this game about an 8 out of 10. It's an amazing campaign, really solid multiplayer, and fun features for creative people out there. Please do yourself the favor of picking up this game, at least for the campaign. Alright guys, this has been Spartan Sarge, signing off.